Evie, just to start off, where are you from originally? How long have you lived in Flathead County? And tell us a little bit about your experience in law enforcement.
I was in law enforcement in Montgomery County, Maryland, which is right outside of Washington, D.C. I've actually been in Flathead County for over 20 years. My husband and I purchased our property in 2002 in Marion, so we've been here quite a long time. I became a permanent resident of Montana in 2013, and I consider that when I got my driver's license, so that's when I became a permanent resident.
Yeah, tell us, like you said, it sounds like you have a long history in law enforcement. Just tell us a little bit about that law enforcement experience.
I have 25 years as a sworn law enforcement officer with the Montgomery County, Maryland Police Department. I went up through the ranks of the department. I started as a patrol officer. For about 8 years, I was a patrol officer in actually one of our busiest districts, probably the most dangerous district at the time, outside of Washington, D.C., handled many violent crimes in my career. I then went into DARE. I became a DARE officer, a DARE instructor, which is a drug education program for kids. Then as I progressed through my career, I got promoted to corporal. I went back into patrol. I was a patrol corporal for several months, became a patrol sergeant then, and I ran a patrol shift where it was also a training shift, so we trained officers that were coming out of the academy. I continued in my career. I progressed up through the ranks. I became a lieutenant, and I was a patrol lieutenant for about 2.5 years. Then I got promoted to captain, and I was actually running our internal affairs division at the time. So I ran that division for about 3 years, and then I was transferred into our family crimes division, which is a division that investigates crimes against children, internet crimes against children, child abuse, pedophiles, those sorts of things. Then I was promoted to commander, and my last assignment in my career was as a district commander running a patrol district of about 160 people altogether that I was managing and supervised. Yeah, after I retired as a sworn officer, I went into training, and I worked for the National Sheriff's Association. I worked for the U.S. State Department doing international anti-terrorism training, and I worked for Penn State University doing leadership training at all levels of law enforcement, from first-line supervision all the way up through police chiefs and executive police leaders.
And Evie, yeah, so if elected as sheriff, what's a top priority for you on day one?
Well, to be honest with you, I've had a lot of community members who are aware of my background in law enforcement who have come to me over the years expressing their concerns about law enforcement here in the community. They said that there's been some lack of response, lack of investigations, lack of accountability, and those are all issues that greatly concern me as a law enforcement leader. Clearly, that does not build good relationships with a community when the community actually doesn't feel trust in their law enforcement. So that is a priority for me. Another concern that I have is just the growth of this community. Flathead County has grown exponentially over the last 10 years, and this growth will continue. It's not going to change. And I understand that many people here don't want the change to come, but it's coming, and we have to be prepared for it in law enforcement. I have the skills and abilities to know how to deal with that, to be proactive about that change. I come from a community that was growing all the time, and as a result of that, my experience will be very beneficial to the community here in Flathead County, helping deal with the growth, because with that growth, unfortunately, will come other crime issues. It just happens. So the more people that move to the community, the more people will potentially become victims of crime. And as a proactive leader, I'm prepared to address that by building good relationships with the community, getting them involved in their own public safety, and also better training and preparing our deputy sheriffs to deal with those growth issues and crime issues that will happen.
Okay. And what is one issue that you have seen firsthand that affects families in the Flathead from a law enforcement perspective, and how would you help Bill to stop it or improve that situation?
Well, I'm really concerned about crimes against children. Children are a priority. We have to focus on keeping them safe, providing them with good, clear law enforcement experience. When they're needed, we need to have law enforcement officers that are properly trained to deal with the issues related to children in the community. As I said, I ran our family crimes division in our department. I've seen the victims of child abuse. I've seen the victims of pedophiles. I've spoken with those young children who have been abused. And unfortunately, that happens across the country, and it's happening here in Flathead County. So I'm very much concerned about the potential crimes against children here. We have to protect, actually, they're the ones we have to protect the most. Adults understand better how to protect themselves, children don't, and they can become victims very easily. So that's a priority for me, is protecting the children and the young people in this community.
Okay. And you kind of already touched on this, but I have it down, so we'll ask again. But Flathead County, like you said, is vast landscape and continues to grow. More people are moving in and in. So what is one way law enforcement can help deal with this continued growth and potentially more crime, but with that limited amount of resources?
Well, there's never enough cops. If you talk to any law enforcement agency or any law enforcement officer around this country, they're all going to say there's not enough of us. So the way we build more resources in the community is by working with our community, making them proactive in their own public safety. That's through programs such as Neighborhood Watch, building community collaboration. That's what I've done. I'm very good at that. I taught the National Neighborhood Watch program for over 10 years for the National Sheriff's Association. I've traveled all over the country teaching law enforcement and community members how to come together and work together to address crime issues in their community. That's a priority for me. We cannot, in law enforcement, be successful in our job without the cooperation and the collaboration of community members. And having reached out and spoken to many people throughout this community, they want that. They want more collaboration with their law enforcement. It's critical for their own public safety, and people want to be involved, but they have to understand how to do it. And I can teach people how to actually be involved with law enforcement. And conversely, I can teach deputies how to be involved better with their community. It's a great relationship once you see it in place and you see it working.
Okay, that sounds good. And one issue that obviously is always on the mind of families here in the Flathead is dangerous drugs coming in the Flathead, like fentanyl, what have you. What's one thing law enforcement can do to help combat this issue that doesn't seem to go away?
We need to spend more time doing drug interdiction, and I have experience in that. My husband was an undercover officer for 22 of his 28 years. Believe me, I've heard and seen and actually been involved in drug interdiction activities. There's areas around this county where drugs are prevalent. And from what I can see at this point, there's not a lot of law enforcement going on in those communities. In fact, I have spoken to people who live in those communities, and they have told me they rarely see law enforcement there. If law enforcement is concerned or afraid to go into those communities, we need to train them better to be prepared for that. But there's other ways of addressing those problems. You can't bring a uniformed officer in a marked cruiser into an area where there's drug trafficking going on, because for a moment they act as deterrent. And then when they leave the community, the people who are involved in drug trafficking, they go right back to doing what they were doing before. We have to bring deputies in undercover capacity where they can actually get in and become part of this group of people so we can gather intelligence and then go back in and arrest the people who are committing these crimes. There's good people living in these communities, but they every day are being faced with this threat of drug trafficking, and it's not fair to those good people. And those are the people I'm talking about. When we talk about collaboration with the community, we need to have those people involved in this. They want their communities cleaned up, because what happens is, it's the old broken windows theory. The more you let the crime go on, the worse the community will become, and the people who live there, the good, decent people, are the victims every single day of this criminal activity. And that has to stop, and that's my job as the sheriff to ensure that stops.
Yeah, okay. And another thing that's impacted a large number of families in the Flathead over the years is DUI-related crashes that have resulted in some serious injury or death to family members. Is there anything the sheriff's office can do to help mitigate these tragedies?
Yeah, more DUI enforcement. We have to do more DUI enforcement here. Montana, the state of Montana, is one of the #1 states for DUI crashes and deaths in this entire country. This is a beautiful state. That should not be happening. Believe me, I've locked up a lot of drunk drivers in my career, and I want to see that continue. I have a close friend where I live in Marion who lost a very close member of their family in a DUI accident only a few short years ago. And to this day, they're still suffering that loss. And I see every day people who they don't understand why DUI is such a dangerous thing. We need to educate our community as well. We need to educate our bar owners why they need to be cautious when people come in there and when to cut them off and make sure that they have designated drivers. Again, this is a community activity. This isn't just the responsibility of law enforcement. It's also the responsibility of the community to understand the dangers of drunk driving, what happens when people do get in a vehicle and drive drunk, or potentially can happen, and how we better educate them to prevent this from happening. One of the major priorities for me is dealing with DUIs in this community.
Okay, and just two more for you. One is the new jail, obviously, seems like it's a big win for law enforcement going forward. Obviously, it's going to be a little while until it's fully built, but how can you help, if elected sheriff, how would you plan to build off that momentum of getting that new jail?
Well, it's very exciting that we have this new jail. But as you said, this new jail is not going to be in existence for another 3.5 or 4 years. And we know how construction can go. There can be delays. So right now, my focus as the sheriff will be to ensure that the current correctional facility is being run the way it should be run, that we are maintaining it appropriately. The funds are already there. I just, as sheriff, have to ensure that we are protecting this community, the people who work there, the inmates who are actually inside the jail. We have to ensure that their safety is a priority. And that's done through ensuring that improvements are being made with the money that's already been budgeted, that we continue to do the improvements in the current facility. Because my job is, as a risk manager, is to protect the liability of the sheriff's office and this county.
Okay, and lastly, just give us your brief elevator pitch on why you should be Flathead's next sheriff.
If I'm elected sheriff, I guarantee you I will be the most qualified sheriff that this county has had in a very long time. I come with the experience, years of experience in law enforcement, both as a sworn officer, after my retirement, continuing to work in the law enforcement profession. I've never quit working. I've never quit working, and I never will. Law enforcement's my passion. It's not a job to me. I love what I do. I've loved it since I was 21 years old, graduating from college, entering the police academy, working my way up through the ranks of the department, continuing to work in law enforcement after my retirement. I have never been static. I've always been dynamic. I love this profession, and I will improve the sheriff's office. It will be like something this county has never seen. They will be well-trained deputies, well-trained correctional officers. They will come to work every day with the same passion that I have for my career. You know, a good leader is someone who improves themselves on a daily basis, and that's what I've done over my career. I have improved myself to be the best leader I could be for my organization, and I guarantee this community, when I am elected sheriff, I will be the best sheriff, and they will be receiving the service that they deserve, that they pay for, and that they expect.